Tholen, all MIVA player last year, number 9 there, mechanical engineering major, really one of their smarter players. They have the best GPA in the athletic department, by the way, of all the men's volleyball, men's athletic teams.
Impressive off the touch. They're going to call a net violation. And I believe it was a net violation. Point for Hawaii, end result. And a good look at the transfer out of Penn State, Jace Olson. He came over for the men as Ali Longo came over for the women.
I think they're good friends, too, if I'm not mistaken. Have you heard that same rumor?
They know each other well, yes. But great for Hawaii, both men and women. And that one right in front of him.
Oh, Lutz has really got some hops, doesn't he? He gets out there, touches 12 feet. I think he can probably dunk 2 volleyballs at the same time if he had to.
That's kind of ridiculous to think about. Wexon tracks it down, a little bit of a traffic jam over there with
Oh, that could have been a call. That ball was mishandled, it looked like to me.
And that one is hit out. And that's going to be an easy point for Ohio State. Hawaii taking the first set, and Ohio State trying to rally back and settle down here in the second. Leading 3-2, back to serve it up is going to be John Folan. And hold everything. And they're going to wipe down the court before they get back to action. Well, when last you and I saw each other, it was the 1st of December. We were in Seattle, Washington, and that's where the Wahine season came to an end in a 5-set thriller as they lost to Washington in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
That was a heartbreaker because they really played well, and they ran up against a buzzsaw in Washington who probably played one of their better matches of the entire year, because the next weekend they went up and lost to Nebraska and were out of the tournament. And, it would have been nice to see how Hawaii would have done against Nebraska. I think they would have matched up better, actually.
Chasing it down, Olson getting to it, but not getting to it easily enough. Knocking it up into the stands, and that's a point for Ohio State. 4-2, and a little bit of confusion on a couple of points back-to-back for Hawaii.
Yeah, it's going to happen in the early season. It's going to happen if ever you're going to get your communication skills honed. Now is the time to do it in a preseason tournament, and not next week when they start the league.
Well, as we said, Hawaii and Charlie Wade not bashful about getting different people in there. 13 players in their 2-season opening losses to BYU last week, and probably figured to use more in this 3 consecutive night round-robin tournament.
Next weekend, they go to Long Beach State and have a pair there before coming back and playing Pepperdine and Stanford back-to-back.
There's nothing easy in their schedule.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Nice job of getting that ball back up by Heinen. That ball hit way out in line. Nobody touched it. Point Hawaii.
I guess that's a disadvantage of touching 12 feet, is sometimes you hit it too high.
Exactly. Hawaii, by the way, we talked about Ohio State ranked number 10 as they come into this tournament. All 3 teams in the top 10. And Hawaii, by the way, not ranked within the top 15. They are in that dubious category of other teams getting votes. And a good swing that time by Peter Heinen.
That was a good swing, a well-designed play. Good set, good execution, nice timing play. That's that back row quick, or the BIC, they call it.
And Andrew Letts to serve. By the way, the actual rankings, UCLA number 5, Penn State 7. The top 5 goes UC Irvine, BYU, Stanford, Pepperdine, and then UCLA. And of the 18 tournaments here, UCLA, Penn State have combined to win 15 of the 18 Outrigger Invitational titles. So Lutz, 5 serving 3. And Marks flying in out of the back row. That one is out, missing wide. And a point for the Buckeyes. They now lead at 6-3.
I think I'd rather have seen Wexon go cross court, make that Ohio State block move a long ways, and he set it right next to himself. It's easy for the Ohio State team to Just set up and block like this one right here.
There's another cross-court swing, and that one is out. And so Zarkovic and J.P. Marks back-to-back hitting wide, and that's enough to get a timeout from Charlie Wade.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Big Island Candies. Visit them at their flagship in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Low angle to high angle. A lot of tall guys out there, and a few taller than the guy about to serve it up right now, Andrew Lutz. Nice job of getting that one up by Marks. The swing by Zarkovic off the block and gets down. Oh, nobody able to cover the block. And a point for Hawaii.
Nice 6-1 run by Ohio State. In case you just joined us, that was pretty much Hawaii's poor passing and poor setting during that 6-1 run. Ohio State didn't really have to work too hard to earn those 6 points.
Hawaii went on a 5-0 run in that first set. And from 1-0 down to a 5-1 advantage, went on to take the first set. And that ball put down. Good swing by Chen Levitan, the 6'5" senior out of Zikran Yaakov, Israel.
And spent 2 years at UCLA in Westwood, trying to hone his skills. Decided, well, I think I'd start somewhere else rather than sitting on the bench at UCLA.
And a nice swing that time as Davis Holt puts down another kill. And Holt now with 3.
What a great story behind Davis Holt. Played at Marino. Did not know if he could, and played at Kuikahi Volleyball Club for Tony Obrey, and did not know if he could play Division I volleyball, but he just took a stab at it. Now he's flourishing in his first 2 weekends for University of Hawaii.
Nice pass by Cheap to get that one up for Hawaii. Blocked at the net by Holt, who's got it. Jace Olsen finally does, but an overpass, and Hawaii will pay for it. A little bit of confusion there, and Olsen finally came in late, just got his hands underneath it, popped it over the net, and set it up easy for Levitan.
Once again, some confusion issues there. That's going to happen when you're putting different people in the lineup. You know, Charlie Wade tried a lot of people. He played 13 last weekend, he told me. So he's got a lot of people moving in and out, different moving parts, and so there's going to be communication gaps and communication issues for the first couple of weeks of the season.
Charlie Wade in his 4th season, a graduate himself of Cal State Fullerton back in 1991, was here and went to the mainland for a while to coach and came back to take over this program. Blocked by Hawaii, but recovered by the Buckeyes. And it'll be an opportunity for Hawaii to set it up. Back set, Marks. And Marks with the point. They were asking if it were perhaps off the antenna. It was not, and that's a point for Hawaii. They're back within 3. It'll be 6-9. See the line on JP as Davis Holt serves it up. And a service ace.
Davis Holt with a nice little jump floater. No, he's big at 6'8". He moves it around, gets the ball over there low and fast over the net. Bouncing around in this Stan Sheriff air.
3 service aces now for Hawaii to go along with 3 service errors. And that was just what you might call ugly but effective. John Tholen kind of mishits it. Everybody went up for the block, and it just kind of snuck below the arms of the Hawaii players.
Tholen now with his 3rd kill.
And a good cross-court swing that time by Jace Olsen. And so the setter putting it up there, Olsen putting it down.
One thing I like about Olsen, he's got that ever-present smile on his face. He can relax guys around. He's a physical presence as well. A lot of reassurance that he's had 2 years at, at Penn State. He can play.
Ball blocked over there nicely by Hawaii. Up again for the block, but this time off the block and off of the hands of Wexing and out. You look at this Hawaii team, it looks like they could be sponsored by some hair salon. They got the nice dudes and everybody's well cut, everybody's well groomed, and we talked about that. Like Charlie Wade, that was his philosophy. You want to play well, let's look the part. It starts with presentation and it ends with execution. Nice block at the net by Tholen. And another one by Tholen, back to back, and what a save by Jace Olsen for Hawaii, and then they get the point. Unbelievable how Hawaii pulled out that one.
And that brings some fans to their feet in appreciation for the hustle, the stick-to-itiveness in that rally. My goodness, Hawaii was absolutely buried here. There's the block when it's popped up. Olsen keeps it alive, a backhander by West that drops to the floor.
And that is your Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match.
That was cool.
Hawaii back within 2 as Olsen goes back to serve it. High toss. And that one is long. Service serve number 4 now to go with 3 aces for Hawaii. It'll be 12-9. Here's the Buckeyes. Back up by 3. 25-22. Hawaii taking the first set against OSU. Back to serve it up is going to be Mike Stefani. Good serve, put it by Cheap. A good swing by Sarkovic, unable to put it down. And a little push that might have been out. Cheap got his hands on it. Sarkovic into the big block and knocking it back at him is Grayson Overman. And Overman with the solo roof.
Now that ball I thought was definitely out right there. I think Cheap took an out ball. Should have had it. Again, there's a communication issue. Not so much Cheap's fault, but a lot of it, the guys around him should have told him where the ball was, where the lines were, and he would have had to make a desperate play like that.
Stefani once again to serve it up for the Buckeyes, and that one's going to be out. Point Hawaii. That'll be 10-3 serving 13. Nick West back for Hawaii. Nick West, even with the shorter sideburn, still undoubtedly one of the more animated Hawaii team players.
He's got a pretty good jump serve. I like jump serve. Not many middles in the league serve a really tough jump serve.
Marks able to keep that one alive. Sarkovic into the block, setting it up. Back set. Holt gets it. Sarkovic keeps it alive, and JP just kind of fists it over. The ball misplayed back there by Levitan, and that's a point for Hawaii.
Now that was a weird play, let me tell you. Morris was just keeping this ball in play. Not a good set by Wexon. He puts it way back there, deep, deep, deep. Marks just lobs it over, and we have an I formation going on. And neither player made the right play.
Yeah, Brennan Anderson kind of, I think, got a little bit in the vision of Levitan and blocked him out, and thus he was unable to make the play. Another good serve, another good pass, and they go right back to the man that put up that pass, and Michael Hinchy. He gets rewarded for the pass and gets the kill.
The one thing in West, I think, can help himself a lot. As long as he's got such a good serve, he's going to be in there for a lot of plays if he keeps it in. This is the second time now where the ball's been hit directly to him, and he hasn't kept it in play. So I think some extra back row digging would be good for him in the off, this next week.
That one was just a flat-out shank, and Hawaii back within a deuce. Both teams hitting under 300 so far for the match. 294 for the Buckeyes, 250 for Hawaii. Sarkovic off the block. They're going to call a net violation against number 5. He said, me, yes, you, Grayson Overman, point Hawaii. And the Warriors within 1. Wexung to serve it up for Hawaii. One of the newcomers. A dozen newcomers on the roster for Hawaii this year. That one's off the net, played by Hinchy. And then a big swing by Andrew Lutz. And Lutz gets the kill. He now has 8. We take timeout, Hawaii, trailing by 2.